Hi Libra, this is your September 2020 tarot forecast. So this is for Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If your Libra is, or your Venus rather, is in Libra, you can treat this like a lover romance reading or even creative potential. Otherwise, we're looking at behavior, emotions, and direction for the month of September. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What do you need to know for September 2020? Messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. All right, those were not upright. Messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for September 2020. So we have a nice chunk coming out here. It's always interesting to see if these will show up in your actual reading today. These are really lovely energies, guys. Wow. It looks like language of love, just really simply running through this. Language of love, a little bit of passion, spark of passion, new child, new interest, new direction entirely, possibly new job. It's a general forecast, guys, so whatever's going on in your environment, apply these messages. This is a really nice, happy fulfillment. This is a really nice feeling loved and protected and secure in your own happiness and your own family. Wheel of Fortune is gorgeous to see. So we're looking at 2 10s now, endings and beginnings. This is ruled by Jupiter, so there's a great deal of expansion ahead. Maybe work is at play, or beginning a new job, or a new direction, building something solid with at least one other person. And then a really nice mystery. I really don't read the High Priestess as someone who is, dark and mysterious necessarily, but this is a really nice mystery. You could be getting to know somebody, getting to learn something new. But a mystery all the same. It'll be interesting, like I said, to see if those show up in your actual reading. So let me keep shuffling for another few seconds here, and I'll get your Celtic cross for you. As always, you'll get a card from each of the oracle decks, 4 oracle cards at the end of your tarot reading today. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. September 2020. Can you believe it's September? All right, folks, so let's get out your cards. Obviously, these are out a little bit late. Thank you so much for your patience. It's been extremely busy here. And welcome to all my new viewers and subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you being here and being interested in your readings today. Look at these gorgeous cards. A little bit of a lesson to be learned. Look at that. Wow. I'm just going to turn these over a little bit here. You could be in the first couple of weeks here. It looks like with an 8 and the 9 of the swords, a Knight of the Swords. There is a nice moment of clarity that is due for you that is really going to help assist you in overcoming something that's going to be maybe deep and intense, something that's long lasting. You have quite a few. I wouldn't say quite a few necessarily. You have several, or a couple, I guess, majors in your reading. I think that there is something to come to balance by the end of the month for you. I'm saying that because I see both the underlying energy for the reading for the entire month is the 5 of Pentacles, and look at what your advice card is, okay? So straight up, if we were just making this 30-second reading, which we won't, you go from the 5 of Pentacles, which is rejection, perceived or real, and one other person. It could be with a job, health, service, alliances. It could even be income, right? And then your advice being the 6, which is, don't give up, ask for help. Whenever I see the 5 of Pentacles, I really see an opportunity here, okay? Yes, you could be down and out, or this could be a feeling, again, real or perceived. But the 5 is really, all 5s are chaotic. They're designed to make us grow, right? So what I'm seeing here is a real opportunity for you to decide once and for all, I'm going to move away from something that just doesn't work for me anymore. I'm going to move on to greener pastures, however that looks to you, because the last 2 weeks of the month for you is absolutely stunning. So there's going to be a little bit of mental work here, a little bit of, a focus around, clarity. Let's get clear about what it is you want, because the end of the month looks like a really positive outcome for you. I think it's just going to take sort of facing something possibly possibly that could feel like a rut now, but is pretty steady, pretty permanent. We have Scorpio ruled King of Cups here as the situation, crossing it as the Hierophant. Of course, that's Taurus ruled. Just to look at these signs, you could be dealing with these individuals, of course, but just in terms of planetary, say, influence, of course, we're looking at 8th and then a 2nd house. These are opposite signs, right? Taurus and Scorpio are opposites. So there could have to be with something, a balance could be necessary here. It could be a little bit more. There could just be an overemphasis here in one area of your life, and it looks pretty intense. And it could have to do with, you know, deep and intense, not tense just for the sake of drama, but just intense. It's coming with a lot of intense feelings. It's definitely deep, whether or not people in your environment are even aware of it. This is very, very deep to you. And this is, like I said, vows, commitments, contracts. This is, you know, the Hierophant really looks at, it's also known as the Pope. There is a situation here where something is, like I said, if it's positive, it could be really sort of stuck and balanced and secure. These are both fixed energies. However, if you're not happy with this and it looks like, look at all the swords, every card around the situation for you is mind, communication, thoughts, and beliefs. So if you're not happy with this situation or you're not happy with something about it, there's a lot of mental movement that you can make here to help yourself out. But it will be around vows, commitments, contracts, something long-term, long-lasting, and this is also institutional. It could very even be religious or spiritual. It doesn't have to be, though. We do have, that 3 came out earlier, and that's somewhat speaks to possible religious or spiritual advancement. So this could just be part of it, balancing those 2 areas of your life, balancing perhaps your spiritual and monetary parts of your lives, balancing how you feel with what you really think, and vice versa. You could be experiencing some extremely, say, intense feelings and intense emotions. Here, particularly at the beginning of the month here, that's definitely affected by your mind frame. So I'm going to look at what both the foundation and what's crowning you in terms of how they mirror each other. And in that sense, really, what I'm really doing is just sort of folding them in. And I'll do the same for your recent past and near future as well. So at the foundation is your Knight of Swords, right? So this is, although somewhat exciting energy, this is a lot of information. This is someone who is extremely bright. This is someone who is coming in with a lot of information, has a lot to say, but there could be some conflict here. This person or this energy could be bringing with him or her. This could be definitely another air sign. This could be Libra, Aquarius, Gemini in your environment. If it is a person, right? If it technically is. When we see court cards here, we're generally dealing with people. We see the king, queen over here, there's a knight over here. But if it's not, it's just the energies or something that's going on internally for you if you're not partnered or working with someone else. But this comes with it a lot of domineering, sort of conflicted personality. And like I said, with it mirroring the 9 of Swords as its crown, right? So we can look at it this way, the foundation, so you know, in conflict, again, internal or otherwise, but it's definitely keeping you up at night. So something is definitely stressing you out about some conflict here, how something's being said, being presented, data, facts, evidence. Is there an argument for the sake of argument? Is there an argument for the sake of being right? Is there an argument for the sake of proving someone wrong? Or are we listening to each other? Could be another major theme here as well, just because what I see here, again, mirroring both in your recent past and your near future, is the recent past was an aha moment. This is a victory. This is a moment of clarity for you. This is really able to see through something and to possibly grapple with or grasp new information or be presented with new information. Something is new here, right? New idea, thought process. Typically, I wouldn't say that an Ace of Swords would be a new person, but it could be new ideas, new communication, new ideas. Now, how this is affecting your near future is you're back in this sense of, and here's where the conflict, perfectly internally, again, unless you're dealing in a couple or say a business partnership or otherwise situation or a group of people, whatever the situation may be, I think what's being asked of you here or what is being confirmed for you here is that holding something in is really not going to assist you. I think that facing something head on, facing something for what it really is, new information or a new way of thinking, clarity or victory here is, you know, with your near future being impacted by this sense of I can't, okay? Whenever we see the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords brings with it a sense of anxiety and sleeplessness, right? So this is how I know this is going on around this central issue, this sense of intensity, right? With, you know, possibly just traditional tradition in general. And then, you know, you have that Eight of Swords here in your near future indicating, look at that. There's this sense of, it's not only keeping you up at night, or at least it's not doing this anymore, but now it's going to make you feel helpless. There's a sense of learned helplessness. Could be another part of this as well whenever I see the Eight of Swords. Particularly after getting new information or having an aha moment or being clear about something, it's almost like, well, what do I do with this? I don't know in which direction to move. And I think that you can give yourself a little bit more credit at this point. And I think by using this sense of maybe humility, maybe I'm going to ask for help, I'm going to ask for more information, I'm not going to engage in a debate for the sake of conflict, or I'm not going to be drawn into it type thing. Especially if it impacts your emotional world in a really, again, I'm not saying intense as it's negative, I'm saying intense as it could be unwanted is all I'm saying there. So if it's not, say, enhancing your life, this communication or aha moment or new information or say even this debate or conflict here, if it's not enhancing your life, it's definitely time to move away from it. And you can decide that here in the 3rd to 4th week, right? How you see yourself is someone who is just in control of themselves. This is a very, even though this is a coupled type person, this is an individual. The Queen of Pentacles is interested in relationships. They're interested in refinement and status and public works. And, you know, Capricorn is ruling this card, technically. All the queens are cardinals. So, I mean, you know, there is a sense as an earth sign, as that Capricorn energy, that 10th house being very businesslike. So this could be affecting your business world, absolutely. Or you might have to make a decision about how you go about your work world. Say with this information, you could be dealing with a Capricorn individual, like I said. But there's so many gorgeous pentacle moments here at the last couple of weeks of the month. And here's where I'm saying this is where you're going to help yourself out. You're going to be practical. Be practical about something. Just make sure that, oh, sorry, my mic. Just be sure here, I would say, to do something about it. So we're going to, you know, perhaps even overthinking or overstressing, over contemplating, perhaps even conflict or arguments to, well, what am I going to do about it? I'm going to level up. I'm going to be the bigger person here. I'm just going to move on. I'm going to get that new job. I'm going to start this new thing. It could even be a conflict over a job. It could be a conflict over an opinion about a job, for heaven's sakes. This doesn't have to be life-altering. It can just be like someone isn't supporting you. You don't feel supported here. It's not serving you. So it's just literally a decision that you're going to have to make here, whether or not you're supported by someone else, because you know what's best for you, Libra. Here in the how others see you is this goddess energy. Gorgeous, right? You have so much to give. And I think that's important, perhaps. And these are quite similar, not identical, but they are quite similar energetically. The Empress is Venus ruled. So there's this sense of like, what do you really love? And perhaps it's just what you're doing to free yourself, what you're doing to enhance your own life, to live intentionally, intensely, okay, emotionally, profoundly, you know, in the highest echelon for the Scorpio energy, King of Cups here. It could just be that other people just want to beat you down, and you know what? This friggin' happens, Libra. It really does. It's almost like once you figure out something for yourself, it's like some people don't want to see you succeed, and that's just the nature of the beast, right? Sometimes. So whether that's family, friend, or foe, you're just gonna have to say, look, I have too much to give, and I know what I'm worth, right? This woman knows her worth. This person knows her worth. So you're just like, I'm just gonna extrapolate myself from that concern, and you can think what you want of me. And I really see yourself setting yourself free from a negative or say anxious or self-defeating situation here very easily. Certainly by stepping away from someone, whether it's your own inner voice or someone else's voice who's just trying to like drag you down somehow, right? This is a lot of like negative communication. This is someone who's interested in conflict. So you know what? You have the right to walk away from that. And to refuse to accept that, because here in your hopes and fears is the Ten of Pentacles. This is like really high level family stability. This is a lot of stability. This is personal, professional, and family stability. This is, you know, this is a legacy. You want to leave a legacy. You have a lot to achieve. You have a lot to provide, a lot to give. You have the bounty of what you value and what is valuable to you, and you have that to give. So that is your hope and fear here. And like I said, with this gorgeous advice card, right, leveling up. And like I said at the very start, all the 5 is asking for you, anyone to do, is to ask for help. Allow yourself to ask for help here, Libra, because I really see with that 6 of Pentacles, and maybe you kind of even need to hear that in a sense, because maybe you feel like, well, how can I ask for this? How can someone provide me? You know what? Just put the word out. Put the word out, or say, you know, I've always wanted to try this, or I'm willing to give you this if you give me that. It doesn't even have to be money, like physical money. It can be bartering. It can be advice. It can be a hiking partner, for heaven's sakes. Whatever gets you out of this sense of rejection and a sense of woe is me, right? Because look, 9, 8 swords, 5 pentacles, there definitely is sort of a sense of woe is me. I'm not picking on you because of that. I am just saying, you know, if this came up in anyone's reading, I'd be like, it's definitely tough for you. This is, you know, the struggle is real for the first couple weeks of the month for you. But you got this, Libra, you got this. You're just going to really pay attention to what it is that's clear and victorious to you. And you're not going to listen to the naysayers, because, like I said, it's a crappy deal sometimes, and sometimes it comes from unexpected places. But listen, for whatever reason, some people just don't want to see others do well. And they'll just try hacking away at your hopes and dreams and your visions. And you know what, though? Good luck to them, because that's not going to happen on your watch this month. It just isn't. So try to get around the first couple weeks of the month here, guys, because you will succeed. You're going to do really well. Your values are going to speak for themselves, and they're going to reveal themselves. And you know what? Other people will be revealed in the process, and you're not going to lose. You're not going to lose anything, even if someone walks away, or if you feel like you lost an argument or something like that. You really don't lose here, guys. So freedom is really important. You really need to free your mind, free yourself from, you know, a collapsing situation that either you created, or it's been presented to you, or for whatever reason, you just feel like, I'm all in my head, I don't know what to do about this. Yes, you do. You're going to ask for help. You're going to discover what it is. You're going to pinpoint what the problem is, and then just ask for help. And you know, it's going to be forthcoming, because the universe wants to see you do well. It wants to see you victorious. It really does. Skunk is reputation. This is very interesting to me as well, just because the last several weeks, we do a couple weeks, I should say, we have the Queen, Empress, and then the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, like you're living, how you make a living, your reputation, what you're known for. Like I said, someone may, whether or not they're aware of it, it could even be subconscious, Libra. Like, I'm not trying to say someone's bad in your life or anything. I'm just saying subconsciously, you know what? Some people just need to keep us back. So, and if someone could be you, this could be just internally to you. This could be your own self-narrative. So you can set yourself free. Your reputation is only as strong and as good as you make it. And I think this is what could be coming to the fore for you. Like, oh, I actually have a brilliant reputation. And by and large, this frees me. You don't really have to prove yourself to anybody. Heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. I think that's very wise. Come to terms what it is you think to begin with, however, so that you're on solid ground with that. And then co-create and chop wood. So co-create is really looking at a new opportunity to level up, and then chop wood is getting rid of just literally what doesn't work anymore. Chopping wood, a bright day is ahead. Decide what it is that you, just pinpoint, identify what it is that you want to get rid of, and then just make make moves to do that. It could be anything from a health problem to money and anything in between. So you know what? You can rid yourself of some old energy here by checking what's going on in your mind there, guys. So that is your reading. I really appreciate you being here and for subscribing and all the rest of it, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope that this was helpful. I'll see you in the next video for your sign. Bye for now.